So Google released this WebMCP concept for Chrome. It is really interesting, and I want to quickly explain what it actually is and why it is cool, and also how you can start playing with it today. So at its core, WebMCP is trying to solve this one problem, which is allowing agent to have deterministic behavior on every single website. So let's take example. If you are a owner of an e-commerce website and you have this one goal that you want any agent to use your e-commerce websites, assume in the future there were millions of different agents operating the web, taking actual actions for humans. And to achieve that, today, without WebMCP, you have two options. One is that you will build your own MCP server and hoping the agent is equipped with this MCP, which likely is not going to happen because your website is not going to be the same every agent use every day. And loading up the MCP in the agent all the time doesn't make sense. So this approach generally doesn't work for normal websites. And the other option is that you're relying on agent to have really good browser use capabilities. And more agents already equipped with those capabilities like Manus, where it can open up browser and do certain tasks. But the problem with those browser use capability is that it's generally non-deterministic. All those browser use agent is extracting the raw HTML, which is gigantic, doing some cleanup and feeding to large language model. And sometimes they will take a screenshot with some annotated mark of the UI elements on the screen. Basically try to do this translation layer to look at the HTML screenshot to interpret what kind of core actions that agent need to make. And as we know, most websites are not well built, and it's designed for humans to consume rather than for agents. So there's just huge amount of noise that is going to be sent to large language model that leads to non-deterministic behavior. And that means agent will likely fail on using your website to complete tasks. And in the era where AI agent will be the main consumer of a lot of web content or actions, if your website is easier for agent to complete tasks, that means agent will do it more, and more people will likely to adopt it. And that's why this WebMCP concept is quite interesting. So the way it works is that you still build MCP, but you declare it in your code or HTML. So the agent who is operating the browser, they don't need to do the translation layer by themselves. Instead, they just look at the actions and MCP tool you register for each page. Like in your e-commerce example, for the homepage, you might register actions like search products, get categories, and filters. And for the product detail page, there could be actions like adding things to shopping cart or get similar products. An agent can execute those actions just like calling a normal MCP tools. But these MCP tools will be loaded up the moment they land on a certain page. So you still get benefit of really deterministic actions the agent can take. And to demonstrate that, let me just quickly explain how it actually works. So WebMCP exposes two ways you can set things up. One is declarative, which means you can add certain HTML attributes. Let's just take an example. So this is an example demo from Chrome team, where you have this basic reservation page from just simple HTML. And in this HTML, for elements like form, you can start adding attributes like tool name and tool description. And for each input the agent is able to customize, you can also add this two-param description. Once you set up those attributes with the latest Chrome version, when an agent visits page, they will be exposed to this book table tool with description and input schema that automatically transformed from the attributes you added, so that any agent that is supporting WebMCP format will automatically equipped with this MCP tool that they can call. And if I send this request, the agent will automatically fill in the content to the form. And after agent called MCP tool, you can also see some special UI elements popping up on the website as well, like this please review and confirm floating tooltips. And this is also part of WebMCP upgrades. So it has those special CSS class that I support that will be triggered when agent fill in certain form elements or before it's about to submit its form. So this is how easy it is for you to make your static website agent ready. But the more likely approach you're going to take if you're building actual application is this imperative mode. They allow you to register tools from JS or bind certain MCP tools when certain React component is rendered. So basically, the new version of Chrome browser supports this navigator.register tool and navigator.unregister tool to load up MCPs. And this is another example from Chrome's own demo. So if you have this React app for booking flight tickets, when user is on this search page, there could be a exposed MCP tool for search flights. And if I send a request here, agent will be able to fill in the form and take action, which redirect me to the search result page. And what's really cool is that on here, you can see the exposed MCP tool changed as I navigate to a different page. In this search result page, it has relevant tools like set filter, search flights, reset filter, and list flights. And this is like the coolest part I've seen after using WebMCP. Like each web page, it just has this special list of exposed MCP tool that will be loaded up contextually. You basically use this new navigator.register and .unregister tool function. And the rest is just same as how you build MCP tool, where you will define tool schema for the name, description, input schema, output schema, and the functions. Then for each component, you can start register and unregister tools. So whenever the relevant UI components show up, the MCP tools will also load it up accordingly. This is how WebMCP tool works and the two ways you can set things up. I will talk you through a bit in details as well as developer tools that you can use to quickly set things up. But before I move on, the most interesting part I see is this WebMCP concept. It just introduced this contextual MCP methods that I thought is awesome. Because when we look at how things evolved, initially we had this MCP concept, which is great. It allows agent to extend its capability. And also when agent runs the tool, it is guaranteed to pass the right schema to evoke the tool. But the problem is that it just takes so much context, no matter whether it's relevant or not. So it's not a good solution for those long tail scenario. And then recently, a whole bunch of people moving toward this skill concept. And the benefit of skill concept is that it didn't take too much token. It only load up the title and description in the context window. The actual information about how to use this tool or how to use the skills is a contextual load up when it's needed. So it's much more friendly for extending agent's capability for those long tail use cases. But the problem is that it didn't have those kind of strict schema guarantee because agent literally just received a text prompt. But this WebMCP tool just created such an interesting pattern where depends on the context, which in our case, the web page agent is on, different MCP tools will be loaded up. And I definitely think this is the future. Ideally, we should always strive for those kind of contextual MCP setup. Depends on the task that agent is doing. Relevant MCP tool will be loaded up. I'm very keen to see what kind of new setup will evolve based on that. But without going too far away from the WebMCP itself, I'm going to show you how you can do that yourself. So this WebMCP requires you have the latest version of Chrome. And to access that, you will need to install this Chrome beta version. And after you install, you can go to Chrome flags and search for WebMCP. And you will need to enable this WebMCP flag. And after that, you should also install this Chrome extension called Modal Context Tool Inspector, which you can download directly from Chrome extension. That will be equipped with this WebMCP tools protocol. And regarding the detailed implementation of WebMCP in your application, there are detailed step-by-step tutorial I have put into AI Builder Club. So you can just follow along, practice step-by-step. And we also have a whole bunch of other tips that we share about agent skills and Cloud Code hooks, as well as a weekly workshop where we will dive into this latest techniques further. But here's a quick version of how you can set up two ways of MCP. Firstly, let's try out the declarative methods. Let's say I have this context as page that is static, and if I open the WebMCP tool, currently there's no tools registered for this web page. And I'm going to show you how we can make this form agent ready using WebMCP. So this page is just one single HTML, looks like this. And the first thing we want to do is add this tool name and tool description attributes to this form element. That will allow WebMCP automatically pick up this as tool. Then we'll add two param description for every single input that agent need to fill in. Like for this input, I will add this two param description of the name, email, subject, element, and the text area. And just by doing that, if I go back to this page and refresh, you can see this WebMCP tool has been recognized by the agent when this page is open. If we trigger the agent now, it will be able to fill in the form automatically. But to make it a full loop, we also need to making sure the proper tool response return to the agent. So the agent will know whether the form is actually properly submitted. We can customize the event listener for the form submit action. Like if the validation of form failed and it comes with this agent.evoked events, and we'll use this to know if it's agent executing these actions. And if yes, then we can send an error message back to the agent, which also return the correct tool response if there's no error. And now if I go back to the page and after agent fill out form, I will click on send request. You will see new log here that AI calling this tool response, and tool result returned. So the agent can actually decide the next action to do. Then lastly, we can also customize it further by defining a special class for tool form active and tool submit active, so that we can control the special styling while agent is filling in the form and ready for human to review. This time after send, there will be some special UI show up that is waiting for the human to review. So this is basically how you can set up WebMCP using declarative way. But the most common method, as we mentioned before, is probably this imperative definition. So next, let's go through an example of how to set up WebMCP for a React or Next.js project. So here I have this Kanban board app built up that is functional And let's say we want to add a WebMCP support for this. And at the moment, you can see there's no tool register for this web app. We will use this navigator.register tool and navigator.unregister tool to bind MCP tool to certain React components. First, we want to create a file to contain all the WebMCP. So I added this webmcp.ts file where we'll declare this register and unregistered tool. And we'll also need this patch and wait function to generate request ID for client to listen and track those events. Then we will start defining different actual MCP tools and functions. For listing columns, add card, move card, and delete columns. And for each function, we wrap under an MCP tool schema. Then we'll wire up this WebMCP tools into our actual UI component. And that's pretty much it. Now, if I refresh the page, when I open this web app, you can see all the WebMCP tools just show up like this. Then I can delete all the existing tasks and let's say, help me plan all the tasks for prep a dinner for 3 people. Each column be category of tasks. And you can see it start in real time creating different columns. And for each category of task, it start adding tasks autonomously. Now I suddenly just turn any general agents to be very fluent with the web app I'm building here. And it's going to make absolutely 0 errors because all action is taken through the MCP tool through deterministic actions. If you're interested, I have added step-by-step tutorial in the AI Builder Club course, which you can find in the WebMCP section. So this is a wrap of WebMCP. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.